grow past it, and put that stuff to the side. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hear me? You got to be able to do that, man, because I know everybody done been through something. Everybody got a story. But at the end of the day, man, them sob stories ain't going to move y'all when you got to stand before that man on Judgment Day. That man don't want to hear nothing about that. He want to know, did you do what I told you to do? You know what I'm saying? And that clip, that Delta and Kip and Gold and shit, man, and I know some of y'all done heard me say this 1,000 times to Hebrew Israelites. Because Hebrew Israelites seem to say it more than Christians do. Keep the commandments to the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, where you get that? I remember the first time I heard one of them niggas say that. I said, nigga, is you an Israelite or is you a Christian, nigga? Because that don't even make sense to me. I'm like, I ain't never read that. Before we begin, first let's give praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, Yah, by way of Yahshua HaMashiach. Y'all go ahead and get me John chapter 5, verse 39. That's where we're going to start at. But I'm going to tell y'all something. Man. When y'all ever heard that before? You know when somebody tell you do something the best of your ability, you know what that leave room for? That leave room for sin, that leave room for failure. That leave room for you to be halfway doing stuff. Man, I don't believe in none of that junk. Man, I ain't never believed that. Anybody who know me know they ain't never heard me say that. Got to keep the commandments to the best of your ability. Nigga, that sound niggerish. John 5:39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. And you will not come to me that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of Elohim in you. When we turn around and we look at most of these people out here on this earth, they don't got the love of the Most High in them. That's why he told you to search this book. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and about verse 1. That's why he told you to search this book. Because if you search this book and you learn under the Son, the love of Elohim will have to be in you because you will be conformed to the image of his Son, meaning you'll take the word on. Man, the word is supposed to do something to your heart. It's supposed to make a transformation and a change in you. You know what I'm saying? If you go around and you be telling a nigga, boy, if I wasn't in that word, boy, I did this and I did that. Nigga, you might as well win and did it. You know what I'm saying? Because that means there's a part of you that still want to go do that because you still got that thought process in there because you still thinking like that. That's showing, man, I'm telling y'all something, I done told y'all this before. The Lord got a way of showing you you haven't changed. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Muffin told me something, she said she heard something the other day, and her first thought, she thought, was that carnal? I'm like, no. So I thought the same thing. Matter of fact, what you thought, before you ain't tell me what you thought, that's the first word came out of my mouth. So what? I'm going to tell y'all something about me. I don't care nothing about offending no sinner. I don't care about hurting no sinner's feelings. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't even care about hurting none of you nigga feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't care nothing about you getting mad. That means absolutely nothing to me. That's not going to move me. Well, I'm not going to tell you the truth because you're going to get mad. Why you think people love the Christian church? They're not going to tell you the truth when you're going to get mad. They're going to pat you on your seat. I don't want you niggas. Don't you know I could get out here and tell a whole cavalcade of lies. Nigga could be rolling in a Range Rover 4.6 right now. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is just have a little charisma and a little articulation. And man, you can get whatever you want to out of black people. Niggas is stupid. That's all you got to have. Ecclesiastes 8:1. Who is as the wise man and know the interpretation of a thing. A man's wisdom make his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. I counsel thee. I counsel thee. That means I recommend. I would adjure thee. Let me give you some advice. Let me tell you the way you ought to go. I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment. And in that regard, and that in regard of the oath of Elohim. Well, let's hold on. He said keep the king's commandment, right? Let's look at John chapter 14, verse 15. After that, 1 John chapter 3, verse 22. I counsel thee, you ought to keep the king's commandment. Well, who is the king? Hold on. Hold what you got. Psalm 21 before we get John 21. I mean, it's John 14 and 15. Let me see in Psalm 21 what I want. Let me see if Psalm 21 is what I want. See if Psalm 21 what I Psalm 21 might not be what I want, but I'm going to look at it anyway because it came to my mind. Psalms 21 and about verse 3. Matter of fact, make it verse 1. Let's just look at verse 1. Let's just see what he told him. He say, the king shall joy in thy strength, O Yah, and in thy salvation how greatly shall he rejoice. Thou hast given him his heart's desire, and hast not withholden the request of his lips. Selah. Y'all know what Selah mean, right? Mean pause, right? You know, if you pause, and that means you need to weigh and consider. What was the request of the king's lips? Because he said, I counsel you to keep the commandment of the king. So what did the king request out of his mouth? Think about it now. I want you to think now. Think real hard for your answer. Well, let's look at John chapter 17 and let's see what the king requested. Let's see if Elohim withheld it from him. Let's see if Yah kept it back from him, what he requested out of his lips. 17 and 17. Matter of fact, give me verse 6 before we even read verse 17. You know, son, you know, a lot of people sit back and look at here. This is actually Yahshua's prayer, ain't it? This is what his prayer was to the Father for us. He said, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gave me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gave them me, and they have kept thy word. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I've given unto them the words which thou gave me. I've given unto them the words which thou gave me. And they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee, Kodesh, Father, keep thou through thy own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. Now let's read verse 17. Get me Hebrews 2 and 11. What I asked for earlier. We were going to what? John 14 and 15. Y'all hold that. Lord, we'll get to it. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. See, that's the whole key thing. You see the key thing, what he said, that we might be set apart by? What he said we might be set apart by? What did he say? By the truth. What did Hamashiach tell us in the 8th chapter of the book of John? That everybody loved to quote and have no earthly idea what they talk about when they quote it. The truth shall set you free. He said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Now, brethren, I asked y'all a question. What was Mashiach talking about when he told the people that? He is the truth. So if you knew the truth, and the truth shall set you free, what was he talking about? You'll be free. You'll be free from the body of sin. You'll be free from death. Because they say, when we Abraham seed, we ain't never been to bondage to any man. He told them people, he that commits sin is the servant of sin. And the servant don't abide in the house. Now who that take us back to, gentlemen, just to make sure to bring it to your remembrance when he say the servant don't abide in the house, but the son abide forever. That take us back to Ishmael. Nigga, get out of here. You's a bondman. Say Isaac remained in the house forever. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to sit back and look at. If we sit back, man, and we don't take heed to the king's commandment, we don't take heed to what this man say, we will not be able to dwell because we haven't been set apart through him. You know what I'm saying? That's what we don't going into what we were looking at before. Hold what you got. Isaiah chapter 30 come to mind. Hold this. We coming right back to John chapter 9, 17. Then come over here and look at Isaiah 30. What I was telling y'all earlier, this was wrong with this people. We love lies. After that, Jeremiah chapter 7. Isaiah 30 and 8. He said, now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. This is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yah, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophecy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophecy deceits. Get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Kodesh one of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus saith the Kodesh one of Israel, because you despise this word, and trust in oppression, and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking comes suddenly and at an instant. That's why he say you better watch, because you ain't got no idea when the master of the house come like a thief in the night and snatch your life away. That's why he say those that love iniquity, they ain't going to be watching. See, in Luke chapter 12, he told you about it. My Lord delayed coming. Let me get drunk and beat the men servants and the maid servants, because he ain't coming. Because I trust in sin. I trust in death. I love to be perverse. I love to fornicate and whoremonger. You know what I'm saying? I love to commit adultery. I love to masturbate. I love to get drunk. I love to tell lies. I love to be spiteful. I love it. I trust in it. When you look at these Christian churches, what do people trust in? In oppression. They trust their slave master. Whatever the slave master tell them, they roll with it. Then when somebody come up and say, I don't trust in the slave master. What's wrong with that brother? He's extreme. No, nigga, use a chump. Use a chump. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who know me know. Well, I'm real, always been, since high school, man. When I got out of prison, I seen one of our coaches. He said, boy, I thought you would have had your own business by now. I said, I did. It was illegal, though. You know what I'm saying? It was illegal, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm real big. I don't believe in none of that, taking none of these stuff from these white man. I ain't with that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't want nothing from you. Because I don't never want you to fix your mouth and say you did nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing from you. Always been like that. My sister can tell you, she ain't never heard me talking about, man, the only thing I ever did is say, man, I'm going to get this student loan, and I'm finna flip him real fast, because I'm going to cop some cocaine with him, and I'm going to cook him up, and I'm going to flip him about 2-3 times and pay these people their money back real fast, and then take it and do something legit with it, or buy some more dope. That's what I was going to do. I just ended up catching a case, and Mom Duke spun all my money before I had a chance to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what my mom, I don't want nothing for these people, man. Man, I ain't never want to work for these people. The reason why I ain't never want to work for them, the reason why I looked at it like this here, man. Why would I go to the people that hate me and stick my hand out and ask them for a job and then be shocked when they don't give me one? You know what I'm saying? All I was looking at, I'm looking at my homeboys in the street, man. These niggas ain't got no hope, man. These niggas feeling like, man, all we gonna do is sell crack, man. What else we gonna do? I said, boy, I got to get these niggas from up out these streets here, man. I got to do it. Niggas looking at me. See, some of y'all don't know what that's like when all your friends looking at you and like, boy, you the smart one, man. You the one got to make that happen. That means everybody on your shoulders. Everybody looking at you to do it. If you know what I'm saying? If you do it, we going to follow. Because niggas know he going to put us on. You know what I'm saying? I got to get I don't want my nigga going to prison. I don't want my nigga smoking crack. I don't want my nigga selling dope. That's why most dudes sell dope, because I don't want to work for these people. Why you think when niggas get on, they buy the biggest cars and the biggest jewelry they can to show these people I made it? But a lot of times you going through them. I say this to say this. I say this to say this to the brothers first. You know what I'm saying? Man, take your time. That don't mean don't be no dummy and jump up and say, oh, I got to do something tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But your mind got to be trained to transition yourself away from working for these people and working for yourself so you can do something for your own people. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff I respected about Elijah Muhammad and Marcus Garvey and all. It was those tenets right there. I ain't respecting much about them niggas, but I respected that though. You know what I'm saying? It's better for us to do for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hear me? Because see, the reason why we don't do that because we trust no oppression. We trust in Mr. White Man. We trust in Uncle Sam. He gonna take care of us. He gonna do it. All we gotta do is go to them. They'll help us. But like the book of Lamentations said, we sat here vainly looking for help from a nation that couldn't save us. Jeremiah chapter 7. Jeremiah chapter 7. That's the verse I want right here, man. Y'all all right this evening? I thank the Lord. Jeremiah chapter 7. I started about verse 4. Make it 3. I'm just here to tell you, man, that's our problem, man. We trust in no oppression. The Lord already done told us. Whatever your oppressor tell you to do, you do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like this here. I ain't against nobody wearing a suit and tie. Nigga put a suit and tie on, they think they Caucasian sometimes. I ain't no suit and tie wearer. Reason being because I felt like this since a teenager, man. They ought to be tailored. And if my suits can't be tailored, I don't want to wear them. You know what I'm saying? But as me and my homeboy Fat Boy were talking about a couple weeks ago, see, we Renaissance men. So I can acknowledge a man with a finely tailored suit on. You know what I'm saying? Your suit fresh, I can acknowledge that. But even because you got them suits and ties on, you still a nigga in their eyesight. You know what I'm saying? No. Hey, man, I ain't mad at you and you wearing well. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm like this here, man. Hey, I'm telling y'all something, because y'all know I'm about that there, man. I'm with y'all, man. Just like we were talking about Wednesday, man, make sure you get the best for your wife, man. Y'all make sure, man, you ain't got to go broke to do it, to spend a whole bunch of money, but care about how you look, though. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your hair cut, man. Make sure you women, make sure your hair done. You ain't walking around here looking like no naughty head, man. Do something with that stuff on top of your scalp. You know what I'm saying? You brought around here, you got a beard in your face, man. Keep that thing cleaned up, man. Well groomed, man. Keep your haircut game on point. You know what I'm saying? Look here, man. Make sure you change your drawers and your tank tops, man. If you ain't got, if you can't change them, buy some more or wash them one. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your clothes crisp. You know what I'm talking about? I know these women can tell you. I know they ain't gonna be able to answer you. These women can tell you. Ain't nothing worse seeing a man with some busted up shoes on, unless he working. You know what I'm talking about? Unless you can tell he got work clothes on. Woman see a nigga with some busted up shoes on. That nigga don't care about himself. He might not bathe. I know that because I remember that from middle school and high school, first day of school. That's where every woman, they head down to the ground. They trying to steal a look at your sneakers. Niggas say everybody in this schoolhouse ain't nobody paid for their clothes, but they looking though. You know what I'm saying? They ain't one of these niggas paid for their clothes, but they looking though. Jeremiah 7:3. It's just all this here, man. You say you Yahudim, you say you're a Jew, you say you circumcised in the heart, then do it. You know Jews stay fresh. That's what we did. That mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? Get what too? That mean too. Then make sure your body clean, nigga. Hey man, you gotta walk around with a barrel of what you call them thing, Tic Tacs, to make sure your breath don't stink. Do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, hey man, make sure your deodorant good. I remember this here in 7th grade, man. I was using one type of deodorant. It ain't work well for me, man. I would be musky in about an hour. I ain't never used I use powder deodorant from ever since, man. Make sure you use something strong for your PA balance, man. You don't want nobody walking by you smelling BO at no time, especially you women. You know what I'm saying? I just was talking I just was talking to Ari about this other day. Sister say the dude told her she would go to hell for shaving up on her armpits and shaving her vagina. I'm telling y'all right now, let one of you niggas come by me with a old monkey up under your arm. Boy, I'm finna clown you, man. You know what I'm saying? What you do with your genitalia, that's your own business. I don't want to know about that. You know what I'm saying? Don't come telling me I shaved my vagina. I'm going to get your nasty behind away from me. You keep that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? What you do with your private part, what you do with your private part. You want to shave them? That's your business. You don't want to shave them? That's your business. You the one got to deal with the smell. Or your husband. I ain't got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody. But them underarms though, having an old gigantic bush up under your arm, man, I'm going to clown you about that, man. That's not cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, that ain't cool, man. That's not cool, man. Hey, that ain't cool, man. I'm telling you, he got more than buckwheat on there. Lot might got 6'7" nigga with a fro up under that. What you hiding up under there? You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look here, man. Y'all know how I feel about colognes, man. You ain't got to wear cologne if you don't want to wear cologne. You know what I'm saying? Don't you be buying no cheap body sprays, though. You know what I'm saying? If you want to use essential oil, whatever it is, man, just smell good. Don't be walking around here stink, nigga, walk past. That nigga smell like outside. You don't want to be like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Most of us grown. You supposed to be transitioning out of, get in that bed. You supposed to be transitioning out of that little girl, little boy thought process and think like a grown man or woman. Supposed to do stuff to command respect. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes my sister-in-law mouth will be like this here. That's cologne smell like an old man. I am 35. You got to have some time where you had that mature scent come in, people smell it. He mean business. You know what I'm saying? I know one of them I got what? That Poor Home Intense by Instant Yacht. Them people say that's a business cologne. They say that's a power scent. That's why I bought it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I bought it. Yeah, like this here come through here, this man smell like a grown man. You don't want to be in your 30s smelling like a 20-year-old. All sweet and fruity. You know what I'm saying? Leave that stuff when you're young, man. Get old, man. You want to smell like here, man. You got to look like a man. You got to talk like a man. You got to dress like a man. You got to smell like a man. Thank the Lord, because something came to my mind that I seen a brother talking about sagging pants, too. I'm going to show y'all this here, too, man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't wear your pants like this here, like mine, don't be on my waist, because it's uncomfortable for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you get older, they creep up. I've noticed that with myself. I ain't sag low like these young niggas be doing, because these young niggas go hard. I'm like, nigga, why do you even got pants on, nigga? Your whole drawers out. Like, nigga, if you move too fast, your penis gonna come through the boxer flap. But hold on, let me deal with this here. Isaiah 73, and after that, 2 Chronicles 19 and 4. I'm going to show you why you ain't got no business walking around here with your pants, with your booty out. Book say that's a shame. He say, thus saith Yah of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, amend your ways and your doings. I'll cause you to dwell in this place. Trust ye not in lying words, saying the temple of Yah, the temple of Yah, the temple of Yah are these. Ain't this son? You think he talking about dwelling in the actual temple. You don't want to know what nobody living in the temple. What you think he talking about? He say, if you thoroughly amend your ways, if you repent and your doings, if you thoroughly execute judgment between a man and his neighbor, don't judge according to appearance, judge righteous judgment. If you oppress not the stranger, the fatherless and the widow, and shed not innocent blood in this place, neither walk after other gods to your hurt, then I will cause you to dwell in this place and in the land that I gave to your fathers forever and ever. Behold, you trust in lying words that cannot profit. Look at our people. We don't get no gain and nothing we do it. And that's why, because we trust in lying words. How you going to get gain out of lies? That's why some of y'all ain't gained in the word, because you a hypocrite. You lying to yourself. I know I'm righteous. I know I changed. I know I'm converted. I know I'm healed. No, you're not. Because all it takes is the right situation and circumstance, and you're going to show what's in your heart. You got to be tired of that. Man, it got to be a time period where you tired of talking about how you tired, and you just tired of being a nigga and a sinner. And I'm finna do something about it. You know what I'm saying? You got to get pointed. See, some of y'all say, oh, I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't want to be like this. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of my life going this way. But in actuality, you not. Because you ain't did nothing to be able to cease that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what happens when somebody tired. Boy, they finna do something about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna do something about that. Niggas say, boy, I'm tired of being broke. Niggas sit back and look at, I'm finna do something about that. I'm finna put a plan together. If it fail, it fail. But I got to put something together. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put something together because I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Just like this here. They be like, boy, I'm tired of going to jail. I'm tired of going to prison. But yet they keep on going. So you wasn't too tired. You know what I'm saying? Because if you were tired, look here, I only went to prison one time. That was enough for me. I ain't never even go back and forth to jail like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here looking at these niggas like, how y'all live like that? I couldn't be coming back and forth to this. I couldn't get it. Man, I had a homeboy, no lie, man. The nigga caught a case, did like 6-8 months, got out of jail, went back the same day. Then he got out of jail, and 3 months later, man, 2004, man, my nigga got murdered. Going to help somebody else out. Because that's just what type of dude he was. If he was down with you and the nigga tried to fight you, he was fighting too. And the nigga who he went to go help left him there and they blew his brains out. And my homeboy Marty went over there and looked at his body. I don't know why black people want to go look at a dead body. You know what I'm saying? Nigga had just got out of jail, man. Might have sat there and watched Tony take his last breath. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, man, like 2-3 niggas I knew got killed in like a 3-4 day period in November 2004. And then I ended up catching the case that sent me to prison like maybe a week or so later after these niggas got killed. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting here looking at dudes, man, niggas come and you go to prison, you know what I'm saying? Each letter, so you can count out for yourself. They start with a 0, but each letter signifies how many times somebody been to prison. So you see niggas with C letters and D letters and E letters and F letters and G letters and H letters. And you like, come on, my nigga. Dude told me I've been in here I'm 41 years old. I ain't been out on the streets consistently in 20 years. I've been going in and out of prison for 20 years. You ain't tired of this yet. Like you ain't tired. I ain't talking about doing 20 straight years, going back and forth. I got a homeboy right now, BG, man, Brian Green, nigga ain't been out on the streets, man, probably these last 10 years, 12 months straight. I can't live my life like that. When we look at our people, that's why we don't profit. Whether it's in the streets, whether it's in business, because we trust in lies. Why you think we don't profit in the Christian church? We trusting in lies. Y'all's word has already gave the decree. You not going to profit trusting in lies. You're going to have to trust in the truth, family. Let me show y'all this 2 Chronicles 19 before we come back over here to John 17, before we get off track. I thank the Lord, though. Y'all all right? I'm all right. Make that 1 Chronicles 19 4. This only came to my mind because a brother I know, he said he stepped to somebody about this. I'm going to start at verse 1, though. He stepped to somebody about this. You know what I'm saying? He seen little dudes and he came to his head that he ought to told him this. Now it came to pass after this that Nahash, the king of the children of Ammon, died, and his son reigned in his stead. And David said, I will show kindness unto Hanun, the son of Nahash, because his father showed kindness to me. David sent messengers to comfort him concerning his father, so the servants of David came into the land of the children of Ammon to Hanun to comfort him. But the princes of the children of Ammon said to Hanun, think thou David doth honor thy father, that he hath sent comforters unto thee? Are not his servants come unto thee for to search and to overthrow and to spy out the land? Wherefore Hanun took David's servants and shaved them and cut up their garments in the midst hard by their buttocks and sent them away. Then there were certain and told how the men were served, and he sent to meet them, for the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jericho till your beards be grown, and then return. It said these men were ashamed to have their booty out. And I guess it's a new style now for niggas to put all type of crazy stuffs in their beard. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen nobody personally doing it. You know what I'm saying? But now y'all see the book say you ought to be ashamed if you walk around and niggas see your whole booty. Look at how young men act out here. They trust in that. If you tell them to pull their pants up, they don't think you oppressing them. But you invite the nigga to your booty. You saying I'm open for business, nigga. Do we say the hot light on? Come on over here. The hot light on. John 17. It's fresh and ready. Somebody got to tell you. How many of these Christian people just going to say you need to pull your pants up, go show them y'all words, say you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Your ancestors wore. Your ancestors wore, man, cut them hard in the midst of their pants and their garments in the butt top. They say, my butt out. My butt out. I'm ashamed right now. These people ain't going to tell us nothing. Because they don't care nothing about us. You know what I'm saying? They don't care nothing about it. I remember one time, man, Glover and Lee came to the townhouse where me and Nell was at. And Lee brought her mama and her boyfriend with her. And Glover kept telling her, look, he didn't even ask you for no money. What would I ask you for some money for? But you know, the average person, somebody go to preaching, they like, they going to ask you for some money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was in the street one time preaching, man. Dude walked up to me and tried to give me some money. I said, man, you keep that, bro. What I'm going to do with that? He said, I just feel like you should have it. I said, man, I feel like you ought to put it in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead serious, man. I was out there in the neighborhood where I used to sell crack at, round there dropping the word on them, and bro tried to come up, man. I think he tried to drop like $10 on me. I said, man, you take that with you. You know what I'm saying? I say, my nigga, shoot. If nigga would have offered me a plate, I wouldn't have turned that down, though. I ain't tell you no lie. I'd have took that from him. I'd have took that now. You'd have came with something to eat, I'd have took that off his hands. I don't want your money, though. Yeah, I'd like to see if he would say, man, let me get you something to eat. I'll let you do that there. I ain't take your money, though. And I needed that money, too. I ain't had no money, neither. I had some money, but I ain't had no money. But I don't want it, though. I ain't out here for that. You know what came to my mind? What came to my mind is 2 Kings, the 4th chapter, when Elisha told Gehazi, it's a time to get money in olive yards and vineyards and garments. That wasn't the time. That wasn't the time. It wasn't the time. John chapter 17 now. Look at verse 20. He said, neither I pray thee for these alone, but for them also, which believe on me through their word, that they all may be as one as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. And the glory which thou gave me, I have given them, that they may be one, even as we are one. Ephesians chapter 4 and about verse 4. Let's see if he held back the request of the king's lips. We're going to get to Hebrews 2 and 11, and we still holding John chapter 14, verse 15. Because he said you ought to keep the king's commandment. And we hold Ecclesiastes chapter 8 as well. Make it verse 3. And after we look at this here, keep in mind what we hold, because we finna get Job 41 too. Because I seen a brother going back and forth with this dude about the Leviathan thing. And I think we started it a little bit. But I guess we'll look at that too, y'all willing. I'm going to work it all in now. I'm just going to work it all in. I thank the Lord. And Ephesians 4 and 3. Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, even as you are called, in one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one Elohim and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. Looked like to me he granted the request of the king's lips. The king's lips was to grant that we would be one, which takes us back to what, gentlemen? What? Adam and Eve, and what else? One more thing that we just looked at. What did it take us back to? I ain't giving no hints either. You're gonna have to think. He did mention one wife. What did we just look at in the last 2 weeks? The Tower of Babel. The people were one. You know what I'm saying? They were one. So guess what that means? He did not hold back the king's request. Hebrews 2 and 11. Amen. Thank the Lord. That's what we're looking at, to become one with Yah. To become one with Yah. After this, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 13. Make it verse 9 of Hebrews chapter 2. But we see Yahshua, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he by the grace of Elohim should taste death for every man knowing this man being crowned by the Father to taste death for us, in order for us, like Paul say, that we got to endure, like, and also James said, to get this crown of life, we're going to have to endure temptation, and we're going to have to fight the good fight of faith. You're going to have to endure. Remember, I was telling y'all before we started, that Luke 9:23, what I referenced, we say, take up your stake, take up your tree, take up your cross daily. Take up your torture state, suffer in the flesh. He that suffer in the flesh has ceased from sin, that he shall no longer live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of Elohim. You're going to have to deny yourself. You're going to have to endure. You're going to have to consistently apply this. You're going to have to be dedicated to it. You know what I'm saying? We can find a way to be dedicated to everything else except our service to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all dedicated to your job. Some of you dedicated to working out. Some of you could be dedicated to your video games. Some of you could be dedicated to lying. Some of you dedicated to disobedience and rebelliousness and stubbornness and disrespect. Some of y'all dedicated to eating every snack a nigga put in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all dedicated to running. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, it might be. But when it comes to your service of y'all, you don't have that same determination and dedication to succeed and to do what's required. You know what I'm saying? I tell y'all this all the time. You know what I'm saying? Niggas sit back and look at it. I was telling Lane, we was in the gym yesterday. And I'm like, shoot, man, nigga, I can row on a barbell row. Man, I can row, man, almost 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I can row about a good 250, 275, 300 on a good day if I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? If I'm really feeling myself, I can do that. Do you know the time, level, and dedication that it took to get to that point? Do you know I started barbell rowing with the fixed bars before I actually grabbed that 45-pound bar and started putting weight on that? Do you know I squatted on the Smith machine for almost a year and some change before I had the heart to get up under that bar, that 45-pound bar, and squat out that right? Do you know now that I'm just able, through constantly working to stabilize the muscles in the hips, to be able to get parallel all the way down to the ground to squat 300 pounds? When I can get regular parallel with 450, do you know how much work it took to be able to squat 450 pounds? You know how much work it's taking now to be able to work up to squat 400 pounds with deep depth? So if you think that I would take that type of dedication to subject my body to all manner of intense pain, why wouldn't you think I would take that same dedication to restrict my mind to the pain of resisting the flesh, to the pleasure of serving Yah in the spirit? You know what I'm saying? Because the same joy I get from seeing them gains when I see some quad separation, you know what I'm saying? Or arms getting bigger, or shoulders getting wider. That's the same thing you should get, because that's basically your body maturing. You know what I'm talking about? That's the same thing you should get from seeing yourself mature in the Word. But a lot of y'all not maturing in the Word because you don't want to put that dedication in. You don't want to put that work in. You just want to run your mouth and talk about it. And got the nerve and audacity to turn your nose at other people. I don't do that, but you do this though. So you might as well do that. Can't be like that, y'all. Verse 10. For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings. For both he that sanctified and they who are sanctified all are one. For which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren. So because he was able to be made perfect through sufferings, he was able to make us one, which is what the king's request was. 1 Corinthians 6 and 13. Ain't that what he requested? Did y'all hold it back from it? So we see who the king is. You know, it's another song, they say, who is the king? Yah of hosts is the king. Well, it say it would do a man good to take heed to the king's commandment. I can't remember off the top of my head. It ain't coming to my mind off the rip what song that is. If one of you brothers run across it, you go ahead and you let me know. I'm trying to remember. It might be Psalms 24. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see if it's Psalm 24. Yes, it is. Praise the Lord. It's Psalm 24. Ain't the Lord good? I thank the Lord. 1 Corinthians 6 and 13. We're going to look at Psalm 24 right after this. Meats for the belly and bellies for the meats. But Elohim shall destroy both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. Because remember now, get in the bed, Lizzie. Get in the bed, Lizzie. Go. You know what I'm saying? So when we sit back and look at it, if he prayed for us to be one with him, right? That means you don't belong to you. That means you don't do what you want to do. As Lizzie is crying right now because she doesn't want to get in the bed. But nobody cares because Lizzie doesn't want to get in the bed. And Lizzie's tears is not going to move me on the fact that Lizzie don't want to get in the bed. You know what I'm saying? And there's some stuff that y'all don't want to do. So a lot of y'all don't want to get in the bed. And then when I tell you go get your behind in the bed, you go to pouting and crying and talking back like I care that you don't want to get in the bed. But you ain't got to get in the bed. Because when I come back there, I'm going to beat your behind. I bet you get in the bed. And if you get out again, I'm going to beat you again. And then after a while, it's just, you know what? You can just get out my house. And I know y'all thinking, you put a baby out the house? Because no, nigga. That means that's going to grow on. If you don't do what I say now, then over a period of time, you continually don't do what I say. Then you get old enough, and then you know what, Elizabeth? I think it would be best for you to leave my home. And you know what the Lord say? I think it would be best for you leave my home. This goes back to what we were looking at on Wednesday. Fear the sword, because the sword brings judgment. Because you're going to leave your home. You're going to leave his body. You're going to leave his body because I'm going to kill you. And then you ain't got... See, y'all think the Lord did put you out, meaning he going to cut you off. No, I'm going to kill you, nigga. I'm going to put you out your tabernacle. I'm going to put you out the house. I'm going to cut the lights off. Verse 14. Huh? Praise the Lord. I'm going to cut the lights off. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the man cut the lights off. See, some of y'all so worried about getting cut off from the word, you ain't worried about him killing you. Because I done told y'all before, I'm going to tell you again. Let your people be like, well, you was the one teaching them the words. You going to speak at their funeral. Sure lives. Yeah, that nigga going to hell. How could you say that? Because he was a disobedient bastard. Stubborn, hard-headed nigga. Didn't obey nothing, didn't believe nothing. But y'all got a chance to save your soul. It's over with for him. Verse 14. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about something Miles told me the other day, man. It's crazy, because I don't know what's wrong with Kingston. I ain't gonna say what's wrong with him. That nigga grown. What she say, that nigga ass said, let me talk to my daddy. Say he got on the phone with his daddy and went off on his daddy. In Kingston talk. The only thing that was clear was, nigga, and hung the phone up on it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you now, I'm dead serious though. That's what she said now. But I'm going to tell y'all something about Kingston. Kingston is sharp. He's a sharp young man. You know what I'm saying? Highly intelligent young man. Only 2 years old now, but he's sharp now. He's real sharp, near far from stupid. He know full well what's going on. And it's like this here. But I'm looking at it like this here. He reprimanded his dad and he let him know that basically for all intents and purposes, you are a nigga. And I may be 2 years old, but I know that you are a nigga. And I wanted you to know that I know that you are a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then he went about his way. I'm talking about went about his way. Now you sit back and you look at this. How could it come on the heart of a 2-year-old child to upbraid his father? Where would that come from? Ain't nobody never told him to do nothing like that. That just come out the blue. Now you sit back looking at, he gonna look at what you teaching my son, because he's a nigga. He ain't gonna sit back and look at, my son just went off on me. You know what I'm saying? I should feel real bad about myself that a 2-year-old just went off on me. You know what I'm saying? Now you put yourself in his shoes. A 2-year-old baby going off on you, how would you feel if somebody who didn't know nothing, somebody that you would look at as being inferior to you, could upbraid you and check you? Because you could sit back and you could see that in the book of Job when it started about the 34th chapter, when Elihu, who was young, came up and he checked Job and both his friends. You know what I'm saying? That's why I mentioned that. It don't feel good to get checked. And it definitely don't feel good to get checked by somebody you don't expect to get checked by. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, boy, you need to go ahead and just take that straightening. Because that straightening might save your life. A lot of y'all could have been saved from a lot of stuff if you would have took the straightening that somebody gave you. But when somebody gave you the straightening, you still went and did what you wanted to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? And every last one of y'all know, every time you went and did what you want to do anyway, it blew up in your face. And yet you still do it. And yet you still do it. So that only tells me one thing. You are the definition of stupidity. You know what I'm saying? The definition of it. That means we could take many of y'all photographs and put it around the word stupidity in any dictionary or any online site and say this person is the definition of this. They are the epitome of it. I'm telling you this stuff for you to sit back and realize in your mind, how long will I be stupid? How long will you simple ones love simplicity? Verse 14. Elohim have raised up the Lord and will also raise up us by his own power. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Mashiach? Shall I then take the members of Mashiach and make them the members of a harlot? Elohim forbid. What? Know ye not that he which is joined to a harlot is one body, for two, saith he, shall be one flesh. But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit. Psalm 24. That means he didn't keep that request back. Psalm 24. Verse 3. Listen to what he say now. Let's look at the question that he asked. Who shall ascend into the hill of Yah, and who shall stand in his Kodesh place? Who gonna do that, everybody? Who going to stand in his who going into his hill, the hill of Yah, and stand in the set apart place? That's what he did, right? How we know he did it then? Yeah, y'all wasn't ready for me to ask that. How we know he ascended into the Kodesh hill and ascend the hill of Yah and stand in the Kodesh place? How we know he did that? We know he went into the Kodesh hill, he ascended into the hill of Yah when he got taken up in the cloud. We know he's standing in the Kodesh place to do what? Make intercession for us, right? Well, let's look at these and look. He say, he that have clean hands and a pure heart. We know Mashiach ain't commit no sin, right? He say we know what love has the Father bestowed upon us, that we might be called the sons of Elohim. And we don't know, he said, we don't know what we shall be, but we know that when we see him, we shall see him as he is. And everyone who have this hope have purified themselves, even as a Mashiach is pure. Like I told you, some of y'all hearts is dirty as a public toilet. The word of Yah is pure, cleaning the soul. Let the word clean y'all. How you niggas don't want to be dirty in real life, but you want to be dirty on the inside? Tell me, my house ain't dirty. My body ain't dirty. My mouth ain't dirty. My clothes ain't dirty. My shoes ain't dirty. But your heart dirty, and that don't bother you. You ain't never thought about that, didn't you? You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. I mentioned all them things. I got to hit everything black people get offended by if you say they dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't tell no black person they house dirty. They don't get hot. My house ain't dirty, nigga. Oh, nigga, you dirty. Nigga, I ain't dirty. I bathe, nigga. Oh, your clothes dirty. My clothes ain't dirty. I just washed clothes yesterday. That's why your shoes dirty. Nah, nigga just stepped on them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nigga just stepped on them. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody to look at nothing outwardly to be dirty, but your heart can be just as nasty and filthy. I'm talking about you got all manner of mold and all type of spoil and spores growing on your toilet seat of your heart. You don't care about that, though. You don't care about that, though. Long as the outside pretty. Long as that's clean. He say, man, clean the inside of the cup, that the outside might be clean also. Now, what's wrong with y'all? Listen what he said. He that had clean hands and a pure heart, who have not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully, he shall receive the blessing from Yah and righteousness from the Elohim of his salvation. Okay, remember now, he didn't keep back the request of the king's lips. So what's the blessing of Yah and the righteousness of his salvation? I'm going to let y'all stew on that as we continue. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob, Selah. Lift up your heads, O ye gates. Listen what he say. Lift up your heads, O ye gates. Be ye lift up, you everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is the King of glory? Yah strong and mighty, Yah mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? Yah of hosts. He is the King of glory. Selah. Now this man just say, lift up your heads, right? Come over here to Matthew chapter 24. And after we look at Matthew chapter 24, Mark chapter 13, about verse 33. And after we look at that, 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, because he say, who's going to sin in this Kodesh hill? I'm going to go ahead and link it in with something else. I thank the Lord. Y'all all right? I'm feeling great. It's a little late. We started a little late. Y'all just going to have to put your seatbelts on. We're going to go a little later than you. I ain't start till 9:30. Ain't got no choice. You ain't got nowhere to go. University Park Branch Library tomorrow afternoon, this afternoon, people. Matthew chapter 24, verse 30. Make it 31. Matter of fact, make it 30. Didn't he say, lift up your heads, O ye doors? So the king can come in, right? Make it 29 then. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. He shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and he put forth leaves, you know summer is nigh. So likewise, when you shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. You know, another place he told you in the book of Luke, he told you to lift up your redemption draweth now, right? Ain't that what he told you? Let's go look at Mark chapter 13, verse 30. Let's see what it say. Well, let's see how the Lord worked that in for something that she mentioned earlier. Let's sit back and look at it now. Let's sit back and look at it. That's to go back what we were talking about the other day. These niggas around here looking for blood moons. I ain't looking for no blood moon. Around here looking for a blood moon for. Man ain't told me to look for no blood moon. Look for no blood moon. Shoot, nigga out here crazy. Mark chapter 13, verse 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for you know not when the time is. For the Son of Man has taken a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. The man done told you to get to work. You niggas still sleeping on the job. You still sleeping on the job. Remember he said he told his servants to work, right? He told them to watch too, right? Hold what you got. Come over here to Nehemiah chapter 4 then. Told every man get to his work. Let's see what we can find with it then. Nehemiah chapter 4 verse 17. Make it 16. I may say, matter of fact, let's just go and make it 14. I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them. That was some of y'all problem is. You afraid of sinners. You worried about sinners. I ain't talking about being afraid of them as if they're going to do you physical harm, but afraid of what they're going to say. Afraid of whatever benefit you still trying to get from these people. He say, remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons and your daughters and your wives and your houses. It came to pass when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and Elohim had brought their counsel to naught, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one unto his work. And it came to pass from that time forth that half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both spears, the shields, and the bows, and the habergeons, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah. They which builded on the wall, and they that bear burdens, with those that laid it, every one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon. For the builders, every one had his sword girded by his side, and so builded, and that he sounded the trumpet, which was by me. I'm going to ask y'all a question. What you think that could mean, say every builder had a sword by his side? I'm going to ask y'all a question. Every builder had a sword by his side. Y'all don't get it. John chapter 19. John chapter 18. John chapter 18. Verse 10. Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it and smote the high priest's servant, and cut off his right ear. The servant name was Malchus. Then said Yahshua unto Peter, put up thy sword into thy sheath. The cup which my Father had given me, shall I not drink it? Ain't none of y'all never thought why Peter had that sword on him? What was Peter? He was a builder. And what did he just say? Every one of my people who built on the wall had a sword girded by his side. Didn't Peter just have a sword by his side? Why you think he had it? Why you think Mashiach told him, he said, remember I told you not to have it? Luke 22, now you know why he said this right here. These niggas telling you go buy a gun. These niggas don't know why that man said that. Luke chapter 22, verse 35. You know, we already went by that. Now let's see, we already went through that. Now let's see what Luke 22 and 35 say. Let's see who is he talking to? Is he talking to the people or is he talking to the apostles? Who is he talking to? He's talking to the apostles. So what are the apostles then? They builders. Let's see what he told them to do. And he said unto them, when I sent you without purse and scrip and shoes, lacked ye anything? And they said, nothing. Then said he unto them, but now he that have a purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip. And he that have no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. They got to have a sword girded on them because they builders. But let's see the sword he talking about, because he said they need to buy a sword. So Ephesians chapter 6, because we know the word saying in Proverbs 23 and 23 to do what, gentlemen? Buy the truth and do what? Sell it not. So in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 16, make it 14. Let's see if that line up with what we looking at in Nehemiah. Y'all ain't never thought why Peter had that sword on him, did he? He say, stand therefore having your loins girded about with truth and having on the breastplate of righteousness. Them brothers were firm. They wasn't going to move. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. And above all, taking the shield of faith, whereof you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Elohim. You know, any builder had that sword on his side. How many of y'all ever wonder why Hamashiach told them men, go get them a sword? Now you know why. That just wasn't no loose, statement, because the builders had a sword girded on them. And who commanded them to have a sword? Nehemiah, who was the governor of Yehuda, the governor of Judah, the ruler. He told them, you better get that sword on you. Come on back to Nehemiah chapter 4. Thank the Lord. Understanding, right? I put that to bed. We got to know why Peter had that sword, why Mashiach told him go buy one. Because the builders got to have one. Book got to be fulfilled. You know niggas going to be saying we reaching on that. Hey, what he was talking about? Well, you find out what he was talking about when you get to it, nigga. Verse 19. Because we like what Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 2. We compare spiritual things with spiritual. I'm going to ask y'all a question. That makes sense to y'all? Because the book just said right here in the 18th verse, the builders, every one had a sword girded on the side and so building. And we just turn around and we know Peter built on the house because he said, upon this rock I'm going to build my house. We see Peter with a sword on the side. We see when Mashiach finna get ready to leave, he finna send these men to go build on the house, ain't he? He told him, man, I ain't told you to. He said, man, y'all got to have a sword on you to do this work now. Only difference was we going to trade in a real sword for the sword of the Spirit. That's the word, because the word of Elohim is sharper than a what, gentlemen? Two-edged sword, dividing asunder to the what? Joints and marrow. And is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. I'm going to cut you with this word. Thank the Lord. Well, we ain't swinging this sword for nothing. We swinging this sword at the same way it cut you, it'll turn back around and hit you. Let's see what he say now. I want y'all to keep this in mind, what we looking at now. This going to come back to Mark 13, what we holding. What else we holding? John chapter 14, verse 15, Ecclesiastes chapter 8, and Psalm 21. That's everything, ain't it? Y'all thought I forgot it. Thank the Lord. Huh? I already said that one else. My mind ain't too bad. Maybe on Thursdays. Sometimes on Sundays. Verse 19, and I said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, the work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one far from another. Hold what you got, 1 Corinthians chapter 13. He say the wall large and great, we separated. Hold on, let me read verse 20 for you before we get that up. Let me read that verse 20 though. In what place therefore you hear the sound of the trumpet, reserve ye thither unto us, for our Elohim shall fight unto us. He say we spread out doing their work. So let's look at 1 Corinthians 13 and 1. Let's see what Paul said. Let me make sure I get the right place. I don't want verse 1. I want verse 9. 1 Corinthians 13 and 9, that's what I want. He say, for we know in part, and we shall prophesy in part. That sounds like to me, he said the wall real big, real broad, didn't it? So that means some of us over here doing this work, some of us over here doing that work. He say, but when that which perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. So don't you know when Mashiach comes, that which is perfect, that's going to be done away. That means we wouldn't be separated no more. Why you think Paul wrote in the 4th chapter of the epistle of Ephesians that until we come into the perfect man and the unity of the faith? See, everybody want to come together, but they don't want to come together in a Mashiach, which goes back to what he requested unto Yah. That's what the king request was. That we would be made one in him. Therefore, being one in the Father, not being one because you're black. Come on back to Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 21. I mean, we'll make a couple niggas mad with this right here, won't we? Ask me if I care. No, I don't care. Somebody need to tell it. Somebody need to tell the truth to somebody. It ain't many true laborers out here. Somebody need to tell the people the truth. It ain't many men out here doing it. Nigga think you telling the truth because you standing on a street corner with some place card talking about some bacon? Talking about you Israel? Talking about Caesar Boucher? Nigga, you out here talking about the same thing every week. Looking like a monkey fool. Every week. America gonna get hit with nuclear missiles. This man ain't told you he was gonna hit this place with no nuclear missiles, you dummy. Man say, I'm gonna burn them up. That's That's just like saying he around here had these people play with the weather to flood the earth. No, nigga, I made it rain. I drowned. Man, that man gonna do just like Ron Isley did to R. Kelly in that music video. I did this to you, nigga. And did you, nigga, I don't know if that was a true story. I didn't read the news article. But if R. Kelly say Bill Cosby needed to go to jail, somebody need to take R. Kelly and put a 50 caliber gun in their mouth and just shoot him. I ain't read the story. Son told me this can't be real. I know this old nasty nigga ain't get up and say this out of his mouth. And I see niggas making excuses for Bill Cosby, talking about if you go to the bar and offer a drink to a woman, what make you different than Bill Cosby? Because I ain't put a Quaalude in it, nigga. Then you better as well make excuse for niggas who slipping roofies in these girls' drinks then. Well, it ain't no rapists either then. Niggas hypocrites. Man, it just is what it is, man. Bill Cosby like to drop a Quaalude and ramshack him some hoes. Oh, it is what it is. He's a nasty bastard. It ain't no shock to me. He a sinner. Man, hold on. I got something for that too. Because I told y'all I was going to, by Wednesday, I was going to get to that. And I got something for that too. Y'all willing, I'm going to get to it. Look at verse 21 though. So we labored in the work, Nehemiah 4th chapter. And half of them held spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. I'm going to see who caught that. Likewise, at the same time I said unto the people, let everyone with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us and labor on in the day. Why you think this man say these men had their spear on them from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared? That is we know that's that resurrection, because if it's the rising of the morning, what word could we put right there in? The rising of who? The rising of Lucifer. The rising of Lucifer. The rising of the morning star. Day star. Light bearer. Light bearer. So we know Hamashiach rose from the dead, right? Come on back to Mark 13 then. Thank the Lord for the word. And we still going to hit this 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. Right after this. Mark 13 and 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for you know not what the time, when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Did Nehemiah just do all those things? Watch ye therefore, for you know not when the master of the house come, at even, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And I say unto you, what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. What do we read in Matthew 24 about them angels? You'll see the Son of Man coming in great glory. He said they worked to the rising of the morning, to the appearing of the star. That means they worked to the rising of the morning till Hamashiach came back. That means that sit back mean. That means we watching. You know what I'm saying? This go along to what she asked earlier, and it don't. That means we watching. That means our eyes are open. Not only sitting back saying, because I told you, I ain't never prayed with my eye closed. You know what I'm saying? That just don't make no sense to me. Only time my eyes closed when I'm asleep. And I got to be real tired for me to sleep real hard, because you get too close to him, I'm going to wake up. If I don't wake up, that means I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying? Being in prison and selling dope make you sleep real light. Make you sleep real light. Because nigga don't, I'm telling you, man, you don't want a nigga creep you in your bunk, nigga crash your head open with that lock. You don't never know what a nigga have on his mind. I'm telling you, man, you be in situations, man, nigga, you've been an offended a nigga, you don't even know he bad with you till he stab you. You know what I'm saying? 1 Thessalonians 4 and 16. Y'all all right? Y'all understand this stuff so far? Thank the Lord. I just thank the Lord. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 16. Make it 15. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, and the trump of Elohim, and the dead in the Mashiach shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the cloud to meet the Lord in the air, and so we shall ever be with the Lord. Who shall ascend into his Kodesh hill, and stand in the Kodesh place? But he that have a clean hands. Meaning you're going to have to become like the Son, which means you're going to have to be one in the Son, which means you're going to have to be sanctified by the truth. Which means you will no longer trust in lies and trust in oppression. You will no longer stay upon perverseness. You're going to stay upon the word. That's what it comes down to. And that goes to what the brother was asking. How do I put away sin if I've been sinning for so long? It's by just putting the word, laying the word up in your heart. It comes first. The first thing that could be able to come in order to attain faith. Faith come by hearing, and come by the word of Yah. So you got to hear the word in order to be able to do that. That's the only way. That's the only way. Romans 1 and 16. That's the only way. Now that I said it, that's the only way. You know, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? But the brother asked a good question because I heard the sincerity in his voice. How do I do it? I've been living like this for so long. I'm going to sit here and tell you. I lived like a sinner for 28 years till the word came. Son pricked my heart, say, son, you got to go. You going to hell, boy. I told him, I found out I was an Israelite. They wasn't, oh, we the chosen people. I always wonder why we eat, why we got did like that, why we were slaves. Only thing came to my mind, boy, you going to hell, boy. And if he did this to us as a people, what he gonna do to you for sinning? That's what came to my mind. Straight up. Yah's my witness before whom I stand. That's the first thing came to my mind. Boy, you going to hell. Let me take that back. The first thing came to my mind was this whole book true. And you going to hell. That's the first thing came to my mind. This whole book true. And you going to hell. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all going to hell probably ain't come across your mind. It would more than likely you were happy you found out you was somebody. Just to come back to find out you ain't nobody but a nigga and a sinner. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, that's what came to my mind. Boy, I'm going to hell, boy. I had changed my life. I had changed my life. I ain't talking, and I'm talking about 3 days ago. That's what came in my mind. I got to change my life 3 days ago. This got to happen now. I ain't got time to be playing. I ain't got time to be procrastinating. Ain't no time to be making excuses. We got to get her done. My life on the line. My life on the line. When y'all ain't never been, I'm telling you, selling dope, man, that's when you actually in something with your life on the line. When you ain't never been involved with something with your life on the line, that's why you don't have no sense of urgency like that. See, when we out there in the street, man, you know any day could be the day you catch a case and go to jail. You know any day could be the day, this could be the day a nigga be mad and come up on me and try to rob me and put one in me. You know what I'm saying? This could be the day. I'm telling you, I wasn't paranoid like that, but boy, I was a paranoid nigga. I ain't trusting damn nigga. Boy, I was just like Nino Brown. He don't trust damn nigga. I don't trust none of you niggas. Cause when it comes to this money, man, you'll switch out. Thank the Lord I wasn't no hoe. You know what I'm saying? Cause I've been done slept with a woman these niggas want to sleep with. Niggas want to kill you for that. Nigga mad because your outfit's fresher than his. Like nigga say, nigga, how you mad because I got style and you don't? Nigga, step your game up, nigga. And I ain't even pay no whole bunch of money to be flyer than you. Niggas be mad when you flyer than them. As funny as it sounds, be mad at you because you fresher than him.
Yes.
Romans 1:16. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Mashiach, for it is the power of Elohim unto salvation to everyone that believe, to the Jew first and also to the Greek. See, that's the power right there for you to put in your sin, put away your sin, but you got to believe. Like I read to y'all the other day, the word preached unto us was preached unto them, but the word didn't profit them, not being mixed in the faith in them that heard it. See, when you actually don't believe what you hear, that's why you don't get the profit. That's why the man told you the word to be a prophet, because the word is true. But since you trust in lie, that's why you don't get no profit. So you got to ask yourself, what you going to do to get your gain? Because the man say the word didn't profit them, not being mixed with the faith in them that heard it. We know thy law is true. Thy word is true. Yahshua HaMashiach is true. There's gain. There's profit in the Lord. That's why Paul said, I count everything lost and count it as dung to gain the excellency of the knowledge of Yahshua HaMashiach. See, Paul understood that the word was gain because truth is where you get gain. He knew Jeremiah said that you trust in lies and words that can't profit. Paul knew I can't get no gain in lie. That's why he was willing to count everything as a loss to gain the truth, to gain the profit, to gain eternal salvation. But see, y'all trust in lies. You trust, and I'm going to be more specific. Y'all trust in the lies you tell to yourself. You know, there's nothing more dangerous than a man who believes his own lies. Nothing more dangerous. Because can't nobody tell him nothing. You know, I done talked to a few of these women on they matter with it. And I know some of you brothers the same way. Y'all just might handle it different. Some of y'all don't like for nobody to tell you nothing. That's how you know you living a lie. Anytime you don't like for nobody to tell you nothing, that means you don't like your vision of reality to be shattered. You know what I'm saying? You like the lie that you in and that you comfortable in. That's why you don't want nobody to tell you nothing. Because it shatters that lie that you in. It makes you uncomfortable that you're going to have to face a hard, unadulterated truth. Because you've been so comfortable and complacent and living in lies. That's why you get mad. I'm telling you. That's why you get mad. I already know what time it is. Nigga who love lies don't want nobody to tell him nothing. Nigga, if I got doodle on my face, don't tell me I got doodle on my face. I don't believe you. You can smell it. You still don't believe it. Who this nigga think he is telling me I got doodle on my face? Nigga sitting there looking at it because you got doodle on your face, nigga. That's why he told you that. Just standing there stinking. And guess what happened after a while? People start telling you stuff. And you know why they start telling you stuff? I'm going to let that nigga live in his lie then. That's what they want. Remember what we looked at? Elohim give you over to a reprobate mind to do those things that are not convenient. Yeah. So since you don't want me to tell you nothing, since you don't want to hear nothing, since you love lies and you took refuge in lies, I'm going to let you stay in lies then. I'll let you see what your end going to be. Verse 17, for therein is the righteousness of Elohim revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. Hamashiach was just because he believed the Father. The disciple, remember what he said, I gave them thy word, and they believed that I came out from thee. Therefore, they can be made one in me as I am in you, Kodesh, Father, because they believed, they received the word that I gave to them and believed it came from you. See, when you believe something, you'll do it. Then you would get the gain and the benefit that would come from that. There's gain and benefit from truth. According to Jeremiah chapter 7, there's no gain and benefit from lies. Which one will you choose? See, like when a brother came and told me, brother say, man, somebody got your mind twisted. It's because I got unadulterated truth. I don't go for lies. That nigga say, you got a stronghold, brother. That nigga like, that nigga ain't going to be moved. Because I'm standing on a rock. I will not be moved. These brothers hope that by some way or reason they can sway you and move you into whatever direction that they want you to go in. And they get upset when they can't do that. You know what I'm saying? This man actually, I told y'all, this man actually read another man's lesson word for word. Didn't even understand what he was reading. Just read. You know what I'm saying? Just read. But I'm telling y'all this for a reason. Come sit here and tell you. Okay, it's about 30 some odd of us, man. I think about 33, 34 of us. You know what I'm saying? Don't you think if I was telling lies, it could probably be about 200, 300 of us? Maybe even more. You know what I'm saying? Way more. But at the same time, I don't want all them people no way. I can't watch over all them people. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to know everybody by name, to be able to look up and know if you're missing. Whether I call you out to be missing or not. Y'all wonder why I be saying hello and wonder who it is. Cause I'm trying to make sure I know who here and who ain't. You know what I'm saying? The way I know your voice. You ain't got to say your name, I already know your voice. You know what I'm saying? I already know. Pasha ain't there. I ain't heard Denzel yet. I'm talking about y'all don't be realizing that will be going in my mind. Then you run around, you get something and say we on that because I ain't heard your voice yet. So I ain't heard Brother Bell yet. I ain't heard Goldie yet. I ain't heard T yet. Say I ain't heard Ray yet. What y'all said? You know what I'm saying? I'm for real though. I'm telling you. Y'all wonder why I don't just be saying hello just to say it. Y'all ain't caught on to that yet. I'm trying to see who there and who ain't. Where's Shalon at? I ain't heard her voice. Where's Chantel at? I ain't heard her voice. I ain't heard Delta yet. Where you at? Say, I ain't heard Troy yet. Where Coy at? Say, I just heard D. There goes Stanley. I'm listening. I'm trying to see who there. Yeah, I know they spoke. I'm just saying it as an example. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna name it. I know. I'm saying. I know you still. I'm just saying that as an example. Not that nigga gone or this, that, and the other. You see that as an example. I ain't gonna name everybody. I could, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Come on back. Come on back. Come on back over here. We did John 17. We good on that there. Come on back to Psalm 21. Still hold Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and John 14. You notice we sitting back looking at the king commandment for the Jump Street was to believe. Through that belief, you would obey me. Let's finish this Psalm 21 though. Psalm 21 and 3. Matter of fact, because I want to read the verse of King, because that's what we came there for. But we already read it. We good. Come on back to John 14 and 15. We did enough. We good, Psalm 21. We ain't holding nothing else. John 14 and 15. He said, man, I counsel you to keep the king commandment. If you love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it see him not, neither know him, but ye know him, for he dwell with you, and shall be in you. Ain't that something he say, man, I cause you to dwell in this place if you do these things, which is repent in the name of Yahshua HaMashiach. Cast iniquity away from you and all your transgressions, that it won't be your ruin. Make you a new heart and a new spirit, that you may dwell in the temple of Yah. All these niggas telling you the temple of Yah is this, the temple of Yah is this, the temple of Yah is this. We touching on some of the things dealing with the temple of Yah. Not in great detail have we done started. Y'all willing, we'll get to it as he see fit. Because obviously you could tell from Wednesday night and tonight, we're going in a different track. Even though we still touching the same thing, because we were looking at that building of the wall, which is dealing with that rebuilding of the house. You know what I'm saying? But the whole purpose sitting around, we looking at, we need somewhere to dwell. And the place that we need to dwell is in HaMashiach. which is going on to what we were looking at on Wednesday, how he prepared a land for his wife to dwell. So the Father took it a step further and he prepared a place for his wife to dwell. He gave you a sanctuary, a resting place. And that resting place was his son. But in order for you to do that, for the king's request to be made, that he prayed to the Father that we may be perfect and one in him, we're going to have to set ourselves apart by their word. We're going to have to clean our hands. We're going to have to get a pure heart. We're going to have to execute true judgment so we can ascend into that set apart place. So we can enter into that set apart hill. The reason why we kept looking at this, and now we done looked at it in another place, because the brother asked me, where did Paul get that from about we would meet him in the air? You know what I'm saying? And now we seeing where he get it from. Psalm 24 told us about it. He even told us about it in Deuteronomy 32. Isaiah told us about it. We want to ride upon the high places. We know y'all ride upon the clouds or in the heavens. That's what I'm sitting here telling y'all. What we discussing earlier, man. You want to stand up in your house, just like Daniel did, open the windows up, spread forth your hands to heaven. I done did it before and prayed like that. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't never told you couldn't do it. I ain't never told you had to pray with your head to the ground. I ain't never told you had to do it. You can pray sitting up if you want. You can pray sitting down if you want to. You know what I'm talking about? You do it how you want to do it, as long as you facing the east. And then you ain't got to necessarily be facing the east, because every opportunity you might not have an opportunity to face the east. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting there telling y'all, there's never no thing where you got to pray with your head down. You know what I'm saying? No, but she was asking the question because she seen something. I know why she was asking what she was asking. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking to everybody so everybody know. You know what I'm saying? So everybody know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never told you you got to do it like this. You got to do it like that. Oh man, you just like to say as a man, you keep your head uncovered. You can stretch forth your hand. We basically face the east. We face in Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? We face in the land where he gave to our fathers, in the temple where he placed his name. And we pray toward that land, acknowledging. No, men don't cover their head. The women do. The men don't, the women do. You know what I'm saying? And you just make your supplications. And the key thing to make sure that your prayer get heard is be a worshiper of Elohim and do his will and cease from sin. And he'll hear your prayer. And if it's according to his will, he'll hearken unto it. 1 John 3:21. I mean, we already know that. That made common sense. Because why would anybody want to do something? Your mama or dad ain't going to do nothing to you. You ain't did what I told you to do. First John 3:22. Mama, can I get a new video game? Yeah, when you clean your room, do what I tell you to do. Say, Dad, I can get some new shoes. Yeah, when you come in the house on time. I heard you, but I'm not gonna honor the request. I heard you. I ain't gonna do it though. I'm not gonna do it. Some of y'all who got kids, you know what I'm talking about. But yet you. But then you turn around and expect y'all to do the opposite of what you would do. Ooh, that means somebody a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Same way I used to preach this in the street all the time. How you niggas get mad at your kids for not listening to you and then be shocked when y'all get mad at you because you don't listen to him. Somebody is a hypocrite. That means you ain't got no business getting mad with them kids when they don't listen because you don't listen. But who am I don't know nothing. 1 John 3:22. Whatsoever we ask, we receive of him because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight. And this is his commandment, that we should believe on the name of his son, Yahshua HaMashiach, and love one another as he gave us commandment. And he that keep his commandment dwell in him, and he in him. Hereby we know that he abide in us by the Spirit which he hath given us. We know Mashiach say, man, this is the commandment that you ought to love one another, that the world may know that you are my disciples. That's why y'all need to love one another. I'm glad that some of y'all that took the initiative to get one another phone number to speak with one another. That's what y'all ought to do. I'm glad I ain't even had to tell you some of y'all to do that. But y'all got to make sure that y'all love, like Peter told you, that you got unfeigned love for the brethren. No faking. No fraudulence. You know what I'm saying? A true, genuine love from each other. No secret agenda, no scheming, no ulterior motive. True love. You will love your brothers you love for yourself. As men, you want men to do unto you, so do to them likewise. That's how y'all supposed to treat one another. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all can't be around here, man, hating each other on the low. Wanting to do something to each other on the low. Scheming on each other on the low. Man, I ain't gonna have that Judas stuff around here, man. I'll get rid of one of you niggas. Straight up. Ain't finna have. I'll be a betrayer, a schemer, a thief. I'll get you from around here. That stuff there ain't gonna work, man. That stuff ain't gonna work. You gotta sit back, look at your heart, man. Whatever thing you got in your heart that ain't right, you need to get it out of there. You need to get it out of there. That stuff gonna drag you to hell. Hebrews 12:1. That stuff gonna drag you to hell. Don't let this stuff drag you to hell. I remember that girl I knew, she told me, she said, man, she didn't want to let her, she used her first name, I ain't gonna call her name. She used her first name. She said, man, I don't want her to take me to hell. I say, well, what you gonna do about it? And she still letting that girl take her to hell. Because she wasn't willing to die. She wasn't willing to dedicate herself to do what was necessary. I just want to skate by. And maybe the Lord will forgive me if I just try my hardest and try my best. Lord, I tried. Maybe think about it. I know T probably thinking about it right now, as I said. A nigga who used to roll with her, he looked Mouse in the face and say, well, I tried. That's what you going to look the Lord in the face and tell him when you get ready to be thrown into hell. At least you tried. I'm talking, I know y'all laughing about it, but it ain't funny, it's sad. It's sad though. Because this is what you had to say. I tried. Well, nigga, you ain't tried hard enough. That mean when it got too hard, that mean, I'm going to tell y'all something, listen to me now. That mean when it got too hard, he quit because he was a coward. He was scared of the hard work. He was scared of the labor. He said, he that putteth his hand to the till looking back is not fit for the kingdom of Elohim. Not fit for the kingdom of Shamayim or the kingdom of heaven. He ain't fit for it. He didn't want the esteem of the Shamayim or the glory of heaven. He didn't want it. I wanted the things of this life. My Elohim, my power is my belly. My lust. My meat was for my belly. And my belly was for my meat. So Elohim said, I'm going to destroy that and you. That means you weak. When you say you tried and you quit that something, you quit that stuff, that means you weak, you a coward. You ain't mentally tough. You don't have the fortitude and the drive and the determination and the perseverance to shoot through hard times. Some of you niggas been poor and been hungry. If you can persevere through that, how you can't persevere through what life got to throw at you? It ain't going to do nothing but make you stronger and make you better. But you niggas cowards. Y'all got to know a nigga is a coward. Period. I'm going to tell y'all something. We don't breed cowards. I know a lot of y'all don't listen to the Locks. Oh, you shouldn't be listening to the Locks, but they had a song back in the day. Pardon me for a moment. And Sheik Luke said in one of the rhymes, ain't no cur in our pack. You know what that means? You know, I know Lank know what song I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no cur in our pack. That means ain't no backing down over here in the face of challenges. In the face of adversity. In the face of adversity, I'm going to stare adversity in the face and I will defeat it. Because there is no other option. There is no other option. If I can't break this wall down with a hammer, then I'm going to get a stone. And if the stone ain't going to work, I'm going to get a jackhammer. And if the jackhammer don't work, I'm going to get a rocket launcher. And if the rocket launcher don't work, I'm going to get a cannonball. It don't make no difference what I'm going to go get. The wall coming down. And if it take me 5 minutes or 50 years, it's coming down. I will not quit. Kept digging. Ain't gonna quit. I got to be like that, man. And it come down, I was talking to Troy about this, and I was talking to Langston about this Thursday. Can't be scared to fail. That's what some of y'all problem is. You scared to fail. Now, we know we can't fail at this word. But it goes all along the son I be telling y'all. Y'all be setting unrealistic goals for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You set unrealistic goals. And then when you don't attain them, you get frustrated and you quit because you a coward, you weak. See, people with some intelligence and some prudence set short-term goals that are achievable. Once they see some modicum of success, then they begin to desire more success. Then they can't quit. Then they can't quit. I'm coming too far to quit. I'm working too hard to quit. I'm going too hard to quit. I refuse to quit until the objective is complete. That's how you got to feel about your soul. Hebrews 12:1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth easily beset us, and let us run the race with patience, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Yahshua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Elohim. Now, how y'all got to sit back and look at that weight that's and that sin that holding you back. Need to put that stuff to the side. Got to put that stuff to the side. Is it worth going to hell for? That stuff you got in your heart that weighing you down. Why are you holding it? Why are you holding it? What gain are you getting from it? Hebrews chapter 3 verse 12. Let me show y'all something. Hebrews 3 by verse 12. Hebrews 3 verse 12. It didn't come to my mind. Maybe we just need to go ahead and look at it. Everybody's all right. I'm feeling good. I thank the Lord. Feeling all right. Thank the Lord. Take heed, brethren, lest there be any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living Elohim. But exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. You know them lies, you know what I'm saying? Sin will deceive you. Get me Romans chapter 7. Let's go to Romans chapter 7. See that, and that's them lies where you don't get no gain. See, y'all don't sit back and realize when you've been dwelt in life for so long, your heart gets so hard. That's why nobody can't tell you nothing. See, the deceitfulness of sin, them lies that sin telling you, it's got you thinking you good. So when that truth come and let you know, no, nigga, you not good. I don't want to hear that. My heart is hardened. Because you didn't take counsel to keep the king's commandment. You didn't take counsel to obey the word. 7 and 10, 7 and 9, Romans. Let's make it 7 and 7. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? Elohim forbid. Nay, I had not known sin but by the law, for I had not known lust except the law had said, thou shalt not covet. Y'all niggas know when y'all be lusted, especially if you know something don't belong to you. I'm going to tell y'all, I can tell some of y'all on the phone, some of y'all on their phone right now. Some of y'all was the nigga that would boast and brag about taking another man's woman and having your way with her. Some of you women on this phone with the woman who would boast and brag about taking somebody's man and him ramshacking you and boasting about a nigga running up in you. That's why I had sex with your man. That's why you're a slut. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all Wednesday, a man ain't going to be viewed the same. But that man, only difference with him is a nigga going to bust his dome. You know what I'm saying? Because you going to sleep with the right nigga old lady, that nigga going to bust your dome. You know what I'm saying? One day I was riding with T, there's a song that nigga, I